What's up, y'all? So, the legendary rapper Nore decided to pull up on Joe Biden. So, let's check out exactly what he had to say. Check this out.
Let's get straight into it. Take a shot.
All right, shout out to Khaled. The Puff trial, they presented closing arguments.
Yeah.
Where do you stand? They say we could get a verdict as soon as next week.
I'm hoping, me personally, I've never saw this person. I was at that party where you in the pool, Indian style.
Bring me into it.
Holding your phone.
Yeah, bring me into it.
I was there. There was nothing happening.
No, nothing's happening there.
There was nothing happening. So people will look at that picture of you in the Puff's pool, and they'll say, "Look at Joe."
What will they say?
Joe was a part of the freak off. Mm-hmm. Was that a freak off, Joe?
No.
I was there. Now, can he be guilty of what he's accused? I'm not sure. Can he be guilty of what he's accused of? What I saw? No way. I have never saw that. That's why I was conflicted, even with you, with the Russell's thing, is because if Russell, I understand, but I've never saw that.
Yeah.
Like Russell saved my life. Russell did things for me to save my life. So now, does that exempt him from being guilty of anything? No, it does not. Does it exempt Puff from being guilty of anything? No, it does not. But I just got to tell you my thing.
Yeah.
Like this, I consider Joe my family. I consider Joe my friend. I consider him a part of, my crew. But there's people who don't. There's people who say Joe Budden's a piece of shit. I can't tell them they're wrong.
Oh.
I just got to tell them you're wrong to me. I don't see that part of him.
You could tell them they're wrong.
I do tell them they're wrong.
Thank you,
but
bro.
I say Joe is not. I've never seen that part of Joe. Am I lying? I'm not.
Word.
I'm not. Me and Joe have a perfect relationship. We're cool. Do we always, see eye to eye? Of course not. None of us do, right? But if a person come up to me and say Joe is such and such, I gotta say I disagree. Because that's not the character I saw. It's not the character he presented to me.
Were you surprised to hear the allegations against Puff?
Yeah. Because I wanted to be at those parties. I wanted to be invited. I didn't want to participate. But I'm like, damn, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like I was like Dave Chappelle. You remember when Dave Chappelle said that shit?
I'm ugly.
I started looking at myself. I was like, nigga, am I cute? Am I sure? But I'm playing around, obviously, when I say that. And this is not a playing around situation, but I'm trying to make light of the situation. But in all honesty, I have never seen the allegations. I've never seen this thing that they are presenting about a person that I got money with. But personally, I stuck with Revolt. When he stepped down from Revolt, all the people at Revolt stood there and said, Nore, we're gonna hold it down. And I stood with them. And I love it, and it's black people. And
Black CEO.
but his allegations, I can't confirm or deny. But what I can say is I've never seen that. I've never seen the malicious things, like I said, even with you, with Russell Simmons, I've never seen these things with Russell Simmons. So it was hard for me to pinpoint. But now, afterwards, being you had a conversation, you called me, and you did that, and then I had a conversation with other people, and so I understand. But for me personally, no, I'm sorry, I don't really see that. I'm glad that I'm a married man. I don't know if you guys know, but have you ever heard of me and no allegations? You ever heard of me finger popping somebody in Westway Hotel? No.
It's oddly
You
specific.
ever heard of that?
Very specific, yeah, right?
I'm just saying, you ever heard of that?
No, we have
never
not.
heard of
No,
that?
no.
Like
You stayed out of trouble.
I'm actually the person who I present myself. And I've done business with people who I thought that presented themselves in the same manner. But me personally, I have never seen that. Now, does that take away from the victims or anybody? No, it doesn't. I have to understand their plot. I feel like you gotta understand mine's. And mine's is, I've never seen that.
All right, now, so let me just stop this video real fast because this trial has been going viral for the past couple of weeks. And the reason why is because, Diddy is probably one of the most famous rappers for the past 20 years. And this is the reason why every news channel, every vlogger is covering this trial. So, let's go back to the clip.
Some people are just really good at compartmentalization.
That's a big word. I don't know what the fuck you said.
Just different elements of their personality. They can, are shown for different people, kind of thing.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm upfront. I'm a married man. I love who I am. I come from 97-30 57th Avenue, apartment 5E, Corona, New York, 11368. I'm a Queens dude to the fullest. I love who I am. But at the same time, like, I don't judge other people for what they do. If you over there doing your shit, I'm cool with that. But I'm gonna be over here. I'm gonna eat pistachio ice cream. I don't eat vanilla.
Rum raisin.
I don't eat chocolate.
All right, all that shit is cool right here. If you give this same exact answer on Good Morning America,
They get him the fuck up out of here.
it's gonna be a long week.
That's why Good Morning America, they ain't gonna have me.
Hey.
I'm gonna sit there and piss on they bro.
Hey,
Nah, I'm not gonna piss on they bro. I'm very intelligent. But again, I just wanted to tell you, man, I know it's funny to laugh at Puff right now. I know it's funny to laugh at his allegations. I know it's funny to even laugh at his gray hairs. I get it. I know algorithms. I get it. But let's remember when he was great. We want to remember when America was great, and we don't remember when America was great. Do you? Do you?
Nope.
Do you remember when America was great? Do you remember when America was great? But I remember when Bad Boy was great. Go ahead. Y'all don't want to laugh.
well, because
I remember when Bad Boy was great. I remember when Biggie was great. I remember when Craig Mack was great. I remember when G-Dep was great. I remember that.
Oh, the shave room done cut all this part off already. Don't worry, they got you. I hate to break it to you.
I'm good.
They got you. Know why I love Nore? Because when they get him, he go to Venice or he go take a trip. One day I'm like, yo, you still on vacation? It was hot over here. Oh, I was taking heat.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to take up for anybody or take away from anybody, but I just want to tell you my experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a lot of best friends in hip hop that people hate. They say that guy's a bad person, and I say I can't disagree with you, but I got to disagree with you with me, because they're not bad people to me. Now, does that make me a wrong person? It can.
No.
Or it can make me, I just see what I see in my vision, and that's how I feel. And do I want him to prevail? Of course.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So appreciate y'all. The clip of the show, y'all, that was Joe Budden and also Nore, the legend from Left Rack. And he decided to pull up on Joe Budden because, Joe Budden has probably the biggest podcast out right now. And after that, I would say it's probably, Cam and Mase. And then on the third place, I would say it's Green Champs with Norieaga. He decided to pull up on Joe because they were discussing the Diddy trial. Because as you may know, Diddy was arrested over 1 year ago. And he's been in jail, even though his lawyers have, asked for bailout. The judge has refused to give, Diddy a bail. And yesterday, that's when Diddy was able to grab a W because the judge said that he was only guilty of 2 accounts. And this comes after you remembers they were discussing this for 2 or 3 days, going back and forth between each other, and they ultimately decided that Diddy was only guilty of 2 accounts. So most likely, I think that Diddy is gonna he's gonna be on home confined house arrest for probably 2 years, maybe even 3 years. And then after that, that's when he's gonna be able to be out in the public again. Or maybe he's gonna be in house confined arrest, and he's gonna get sentenced to 2 or 3 years in jail. So until the next sentence, that's when he's gonna be in his own house and wait for the upcoming trial for that. But right now, he wanna get out of jail, but the judge rejected his plea to get a bail. So let me know what you think about this. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next videos.